Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Good day to you. I am Yemi. This is the outlook for the market for the September 1st to September 5th, 2025. And starting from the fundamental outlook, straight on the forexfactory.com, focusing on only high impact news. On Monday, September 1st, we have no high impact news except for the bank holiday in USA and Canada. On Tuesday, we have the 3 p.m. Nigerian time US dollar, focusing on ISM manufacturing PMI. On Wednesday, we have AUD coming up 2:30 a.m. for GDP. We have the 9 a.m. AUD coming up for the Reserve Bank of Australia Governor Bullock speaking. We have US dollar coming up 3 p.m. Nigerian time for the JOLTS job openings. On the Thursday and Friday, we have most of the high impact news coming up for this week, where we have the one focusing on CHF and US dollar on the Thursday, which is from the CPI on CHF and US dollar 1:15 p.m. Nigerian time, 1:30 p.m. Nigerian time, and 3 p.m. Nigerian time, focusing on unemployment claims and ISM and services PMI. On the Friday is the NFP, long anticipated NFP coming up at 1:30 p.m. Nigerian time. The same time with the Canadian dollar news coming up on employment change and unemployment rates. I would advise don't trade USD CAD that same 1:30 because the market could just be a weak saw effect, and that is very possible. And okay, we're done with that. This is the highlight for the fundamental outlook for the week, and let's go straight to what we have from the technical outlook for the week. Starting from the DXY as usual, and let's see what we have in here on the DXY for the weekly time frame perspective. If you look at the chart carefully, we analyzed this last week, and by the way, last week was a fantastic one because we made some good profit of this analysis that we had on the currency pairs that we traded, and it was a good one. So far so well. I said, look at what we have here. This price right is sitting on the demand zone. Okay, this is the weekly demand zone, meaning we're expecting more bullish momentum from here, but it's been dragging for some times since the price tapped into that level. It's been really dragging, and so far so well. When we look at what the price has created before now, it has done something like this, and so far so well, this has been a bearish energy, right? But we're expecting the price to actually create a balance out of that range and break above that high, and expected something like this in the nearest future. But so far so well, the price is not doing that yet. So what can we do with this information? It's very simple. We're going to expect more bearish momentum into this level before we have the price broken this trend line, and that will be clearer on a lower time frame perspective. And let's get to the lower time frame and see what that means. On the lower time frame perspective, we have it like this. This is the daily time frame, right? And what we have here, I can remove this one, right? I can good. So what we have right here is a lot of days ranging within this price level. If we have to draw the trend line again and we do a bottom one, which is right here, we can actually see the price creating such balance, right? So for me personally, I will be looking for more bearish momentum here. I won't deceive you. I'll be looking for more bearish momentum. I'll wait for the price to get an attack to this level. All right, you should take the attack here. Let's see how the dollar will battle this level, and peradventure, if it gets here, if it's unable to break below it, then we'll know what else to do, the next point of action. But right here, I'll be expecting this to happen. Okay, so basically this is my outlook on this on daily time frame perspective, and let's see what we have on the 4 hour time frame if that information remain the same. On 4 hour time frame perspective, yes, I would be expecting the same thing, only that at this price level I may be expecting a little bit of buy momentum into a range like this. All right, into this kind of range, I will be expecting a little bit of buy momentum before the sell momentum. So, which means everything I'm looking for right here could just be like this. In fact, it could be to this price level. All right, it could just be to this price level before I have that sell down into this range. So, everything I'll be looking for right here maybe like this. So ideally, this is what I will be looking for: a little bit of buy momentum in the market before we have a sell momentum. This is the 4 hour time frame perspective. This is how it looks like. I'm expecting more bearish momentum even below this level right here, which is at 97.20. All right, that is on the DXY. So let's go straight to work. Let's get to where we have, and of course it is very possible fundamental can take it that much, whereby we have the dollar coming back to this level probably, but I'm not saying that right now. Fundamental will determine before the end of the week. So we're going to upload and update rather. We're going to update this information as the market moves. Okay, going to the next currency pair, which is the first one of the day, which is the Euro US dollar, starting from the weekly time frame outlook. When we look at what this guy has created over time, it's much of ranging within this price level. And when we have a lot of ranging this way, at the same time, it's creating lower lows and lower high. No, sorry, it's creating lower highs, and at the same time, it's creating higher lows. That means this is a price structure right here. And what exactly are we expecting? Depending on where we have most of the pressure coming from, and from what we have here, where is most of the pressure coming from? It's just at this level. So let's go to the daily time frame perspective and see more insight on that, and let's see what opportunity we have on this for the week. Okay, on the daily time frame perspective, look at what the price is saying. We have the price creating a balance from here. This is an area of the supply at a point in time, right? And when we look at what the price has done with that information, it actually created a balance on over time. The price has revisited it multiple times, right? It has been there here, it has been there here, it has been there multiple days. It's been there again and again. So what exactly are we still looking at? Well, we can be expecting more bullish momentum into that range. Probably the price is willing to break above it and move upward. And then what would that be for the fate of DXY? If DXY will be selling, then this should be happening. But then that is by the way. Let's see what the intermediate opportunities we have on this going forward. On the 4 hour time frame perspective, what does that look like? I'm going to remove this, of course, and I'm going to remove this, of course. On the 4 hour time frame perspective, the information remains the same. If you shrink the chart exactly like this and you look at what we have on the order flow, you realize that the price is at a level whereby we have to be careful with it, and the outlook we had on the higher time frame would be a better suggestion for us going forward. But let's keep that simple to daily to 1 hour time frame where we can see most of the opportunities or the earliest opportunity. Okay, right here we have a fantastic bullish candlestick that broke this previous structure here, and with this information out, therefore I'm looking at three different points where the market can actually come back into. All right, so on the 1 hour time frame perspective, this is it right here. I'm looking at this level. This is a very good sub demand zone where the price can actually come back into. We can have a fantastic opportunity here in the future. So it is possible for the price to actually find its level into this range, just like this, to come here, before buying. That is one. It is really possible. All right, the second point I'll be expecting the price to get into is very simple. I'll be looking at the price level here. Let me take out this. This is the fair value gap zone, whereby the price looks to have ignored, but not completely, because the price is heading in this direction. So ideally, with what we have here, it's just about the market doing a little bit of about 90 to 20 pips to get into this range before we pick up for a buy. So it is also possible that we have a momentum showing up like this, of course grabbing that information and then pushing it forward for a buy. And of course, if that's the buy will be holding, I'll be expecting this level to be the price level that the price will be targeting right here to sweep away this high. And we've done this multiple times. We've seen the price. It did this happen on gold last week, something like this. So far so well. This is 1 hour time frame perspective. If we are doing this is good, of course. And the last one which I have here would be at this level, here, but I don't want to go there right now. I will definitely look out for how the market will create a balance. But of course, if the price chose to create a momentum to the bearish direction, whereby others level will be taken out, of course, if this is taken out, we definitely look into the price range here. I will look into the price level here for a demand zone, which will give me a buy momentum in the future, something like this. So however, I'm expecting a little bit of sell before the buy on Euro USD. This is 1 hour time frame perspective. This is more like what I'm expecting. So I'm taking out this, and of course this is the target for this one right here. So that is that on that. And we're done for Euro USD. Let's go to the Great Britain pounds US dollar. Also, this guy gave us some good money for last week, and we are grateful for that. So this week, what do we have here? Let's check it out together. On the weekly time frame perspective, on Great Britain pounds US dollar, looks trickish anyways. This has been the target all time long, so I'm leaving that alone. This one right here, I'm deleting it. This one right here, I'm deleting it, and I'm deleting all of that. So far so well. What we have here is very simple. We have the price do a very long strong momentum to the upside, breaking out the previous high, and we see the price creating that structure to the downside, all of a sudden back to the upside and flipping around that for a lot of time now. On the weekly time frame perspective, this is also giving the same energy like that of Euro US dollar, creating lower lows and at the same time higher lows. But this is more tricky. So let's go to the daily time frame opportunity and see what exactly the price is saying. We must go with this analysis outlook, therefore it is important to look for the clarity on the lower time frame perspective, because this looks bullish right here. This looks very bullish. Okay, so without wasting time, let's see what we have here. On the daily time frame perspective, we have the price ranging for a couple of days now. It's been a lot of ranging, but then it's giving a buy momentum, because why? We have all this price level here, all of this price level here is secured. This level has not been retested so far so well, and this is giving more of a movement to the upside again. So far so well, what we have in here is a bullish candle for the last week, and that was Friday. It's looking to me more like the price is looking to head to this direction and look at for this target. And if that should be the case, that means we should be expecting more bullish momentum on here. Expecting the price to do something like this. Sorry, I'm expecting the price to create such balance first and to do something like this later on. But look at what we have here. This high must be taken out before further discussion, and that is exactly what I'm looking at in the market for this week. Because what I'm looking here, look at this, it has completed the model for this price level from here to here, retracement, break the previous low, now back into that structure. This is really tricky. We can be expecting that most likely the price is looking forward to do something like this at the same time, like it's looking forward to do something like this to break this low and complete this level before it gets here to start buying. But of course, it's not looking that same way now. We can just keep all the scenarios alive and let's watch out for what the price choose to do. We are not in hurry, we are not in eager, we are not really under any pressure to trade this. If it's not tradable, we look for something else to trade. All right, this is on Great Britain pounds US dollar for the time frame perspective. Also, it's looking bullish, but on the 4 time frame, let's see something that is different. On the 4 time frame, look at this. Okay, on the 4 time frame, we can actually see the price coming into this structure here. This is called fair value gap zone. This has happened again and again, so that means we can see the price creating this and then boom to the upside. This is this is very popular one, and this is also very possible. This is about 24 pips into the range. Of course, if we are going to do this, it is important to know that we have that opportunities ahead of time. Then on 1 hour time frame perspective, the structure remains the same, and if you look at this carefully, at deep in this I was taking out, I will look out for this zone whereby the price could come back into the zone before I click on a buy. But for me right here, I'm looking at this price and I'm leaving it this way that it's looking. Okay, let's go to the next currency pair. Let's go to the AUD US dollar. This also gave us some good momentum for last week. We made some money off this particularly, and look at where we had this information to where the current market price is. It has done a little bit of momentum to that direction, and let's see how many pips that's been more than 100 pips on average. So I can take this out. My target is still ahead anyways. I can take this out too, but then if for eventual tomorrow the price starts selling, we can always have the momentum to this price level before we pick a buy energy, and this would be the case. But currently, what are we looking at? Okay, let's go to the weekly time frame perspective. All right, on the weekly, this is looking very choppy, like I said every time. I've been saying this for the past 4 months that it's looking choppy to the upside, and this is the target. So I don't even need to repeat all of that. If you're saying this for the very first time, I've analyzed this multiple times, and my words on this remains the same, because AUD US dollar has been really moving annoyingly, and it's been ranging a lot of range. I can't deal with it, and so far so well, it's actually doing as we analyzed. So far so well. So ideally, I'm still expecting more bullish overall movements here, because expecting the price to get into this level will not be an easy ride as well, because of the ranging nature of this guy for now. So far so well, we can pray, we can see the markets doing this in the future. But however, if it chooses to go down, it's fine. This is just my projection. It's not a must for our market should move. On 4 time frame perspective, let's see what we have on the 4 hours, on the 4 hours, on the 4 hours, on the 4 hours. Yes, it's looking the same, because now not really much to be expected here than if the market chooses to do that little bit retracement to this level. As you can see, I'm going to analyze this again. I'm going to draw this again rather. So this is looking good, right? It's looking good. So from here to here, from where we have the current market price to this level, is about 76 pips. And if the market chooses to move from there, well, that would be a good buy for me, because I'll be expecting that level to be a very good one, and the risk will be minimal. So I don't have much to lose or much to risk right there. And where will be the target? This zone above here, this price level here will be the target. What's wrong with this guy? Sorry, this will be the target. Bam, just like that. So for me, this is what I'll be expecting more bearish momentum on this particularly. Okay, this one, okay, this one, and from here, okay, my buy is clear. So far so well. This is what I'll be expecting on AUD US dollar. And on 1 hour time frame perspective, let's see what that looks like. On the 1 hour is the same. It's the same. I don't have to remove any of this drawing. It's the same. Expecting this level to be taken out. If this level is taken out, fantastic. Then we can have more bearish momentum. Taking out this zone. Taking out this zone. Okay. I don't want my chart to be rough anyways. That's it. So let's go to the next one. The next currency pair of choice. This is USDCAD. It has taken out our structure right here. We took this for a buy and it gave it a little bullish momentum of 42 pips before it went to the break even. So far so well. And if I have to take this out, look at what we have on the weekly time frame perspective. Let's see it together. USDCAD on weekly time frame perspective. Checking the weekly time frame, realize that the market has created a structure over now. And what does that structure mean in the market? So we have that little bit of buying and selling upward momentum to this side. At a point in time we expected this to happen. It happened weeks ago. So creating higher highs and higher lows in a ranging form like AUD US dollar is what these guys were doing. But on weekly time frame perspective, previous week grabbed liquidity above the old high that we had there, and the last week created a bearish momentum, leaving this to look bearish for this week. And exactly what should we be expecting on USD CAD for this week? On the weekly time frame perspective, this looks bearish, and let's see what we have on the daily time frame perspective. Though, look at this. At the end of the day, we still sell a little bit to start buying. It is very possible we have something like this for the week coming. We have something like this for the week, and then at the end of the day, something like that. All right, something just like this. And let's see how that looks like. But eventually, if we actually have more bearish momentum for this week, what I just said now is unnecessary, because if we have more bearish momentum on DXY for this week, that means we should be expecting more bearish momentum on this for this week. So this week could just be coming to attack this low, which is very huge, which the fundamental will determine how that will move. But I think this is what it looks like on the daily time frame perspective, though that is a buy momentum overall. But for this week, what we're looking at is a little bit different. So then on the daily time frame perspective, more of bearish momentum ended this way. What should we be expecting? More bearish momentum here. It has not tested this level, and we have a lot of void below that zone, which means we can actually see a sell momentum building up from this price level here. Right, the price can just hit this level before it start buying again. Price can get in here before you start buying overall. Okay, so this is very possible. And of course we have another level here. This is also a demand zone right here, which the price can actually still get into before we have simple buy momentum from that zone. So ideally, this is what this looks like on the daily time frame perspective. On the USD card, on the 4 hour time frame, let's see what we have. The information remains the same. We do not need to really bother ourselves with much information. And if we're going to be selling this in the future, this is a very good demand supply zone, which we can actually still use for future reference. Okay, expecting the price to get in here and to push downward. So far so well. Okay, it's good. If that be the market actually still doing this at the end of the day, but really cares whatever the price does, we just have an answer to know exactly where we want to belong. We have a lot of void here too, so which is understandable. The shift in this low is determining a lot about what the price will do now. This is also a bearish fair value gap level right here. We have multiple levels where we can enter the market. That's just the point. We have too much levels we can enter the market, but I'm just doing more of, if this comes here, you should know why you will be selling from here or why you will be buying from here. So this is that on okay, that's that. I don't want my chart to be very busy, but this is looking really good. So I'm expecting more of that in the market for this week as well. So Let's keep it simple. This is on USDCAD, and that is on 4 hour time frame perspective. A little bit of buy before we sell, a little bit of buy before we sell, but then it is what it is. If the XY will be doing more sell, then the sell from here should be like this, and we can have the price just creating that structure. And it's, let me see how many pips is this. I'm looking at this, is that's 116 pips, this is about 80 something pips. This height, we're taking this high away. Well, it is very possible too. I'm coming, sorry. Let me take out this, let me take out that. It is very possible that the price will just take out this high. Can you see this high? Very, very possible at the opening of the market to take out this high, then the market starts selling into this range. Okay, this is also very possible. This is on USD card 4 hour time frame perspective. Whichever way the price works out, it is really, really okay. So let's keep our perspective, let's keep it alive, and let's see how the market creates the opportunity for us. So we're not eager, we just want to trade with clarity. And on USDJPY, what exactly do we have in there? On the weekly time frame perspective, it's coming up. Okay, good. On the weekly time frame perspective, it's been ranging on the weekly for a long time now. Look at this, it's been ranging, and ordinarily I may just overlook this because I'm not ready to trade this. On the daily time frame perspective too, let's see what we have. Daily time frame perspective, a lot of range. I do not like it. I don't love this particularly. But ideally, what should we be expecting on the lower time frame perspective? If there is an opportunity, of course, let's check it out. If there is none, we leave this for the week. All right. Last week, this also gave us good profit because we expected the price to actually move from this price level to this price level, and the price did just that. And that alone being said, it's over 120 pips in the market. So it's not like this guy is not been profitable. We're profitable on this, but if it's not looking juicy for us, well, we're going to leave it to run the way it was, or the way it is rather. And currently it has a momentum to the downside, and this high is where I'm expecting the price to actually look for more of a buy to grab liquidity from the structure right here. And that being said, we'll look at how the market will move into this range on 4 time frame perspective. So this looks good, a buy to break above this high before we see a sell from the price below. All right, that is that. On 1 hour time frame perspective, let's see what we have. Well, information remains the same on the 1 hour. Yes, it is the same, apart from the fact that we have a fair value gap zone around here, which is the bearish fair value gap zone, a tiny one, but doesn't mean it's not there. We recognize it. If you can recognize it, is good, but that is by the way. And from the current market price to where that is, it's about 78 pips, of course, 78 pips. And if you look at this very carefully, we can just do something like this. So if you have not seen this, this is how it looks like. It is called fair value gap zone, a very tiny one right here, but you can't deny the fact that it is there. And this is what exactly what I'm doing. Okay, and so this price level. All right, so this is it, and the price can actually still move in here. It's very possible anywhere above this price level, this current structure here, it's very, very good like this. But for me, I think anyway, I just look at the rate above here, then the market closing below the same level, I'll be looking for a sell right there. And on 1 hour time frame perspective, this is what I'm still looking at, so it's a good one. And let's see, let's move quickly. This is USDCHF. USDCHF, what do we have here? Let's start from the weekly time frame perspective. On the weekly, we have the it's looking. How does it look? Okay, shrink the chart to see how it's looking exactly. So this is on a massive bearish momentum, of course, massive bearish momentum. But let's see what we have. Is it possible that we have a bullish one? Yes, it's possible because it's looking bullish at some point, and this was our target. So let's see that opportunity if it remains the same on the lower time frame perspective. And USDCHF is doing great in the last week, the previous week as well. So basically, this was the level. For me personally, I was waiting for it to get in here. If it gets in here, since when the price was here, I was expecting to keep selling till it gets here. If it gets here, a demand zone for me, breaking the previous high, I want to buy from here. No need for long talk. We've done this before and over and over. So let me just wait. We'll be creating something like this, and I'm coming. Okay, good. So I will just be doing something like this, expecting the for the fact that my risk is even high on this. Why? it's just the structure. I just want to be clear. I don't want to check it back and back again. So this is it here on the daily time frame, but let me go to the lower time frame perspective. This is a daily demand zone. So let's go to the 4 hour time frame and let's see how that looks like. On the 4 hour time frame perspective, well, the price I marked is around here, and what the price is looking like now is to get there. Last week I talked about it that we're not trading that because we expected the price to get in here before we start buying it, and currently the price is just at that price level. And is it good for us to start buying? No. Let's wait for the price to open. When the market opens and it gets into this level, then we're going to look for a buy opportunity on this particularly. This is on USDCHF 4 hour time frame perspective. I'm not going lower. My time is running. And NZDUSD, well, it's not looking too bad. I'm not just checking it out. Sorry, I'm not checking it out. But on second thought, on second thought, well, it looks good. It looks good. More like we can have a sell momentum from here before we have a buy. Um, I'm not going to top down on this. I'm just going to analyze basically strictly on what I'm seeing right here. So if that should be the case, right here we have the opportunity. We can have a bearish momentum into this zone, and when it does, the price can actually still come in here and boom and move. So what price level I'll be targeting here? Okay, that could be on 1 hour time frame perspective, but it's okay. I'm not really doing much with it. Okay, so I'll be targeting here. This is on NZD US dollar, but what it is what it is. And let's check another one. GBPUSD JPY. Analyze this one. I didn't analyze this. I talked about it. I highlighted it. I highlighted it that it was going to sell. Also last week, it did a little bit of that sell, but in an annoying way, which I do not like. Buying and selling, but more of selling in a very choppy manner. I'm not interested in that. On GBPCAD, I looked at this and I said I was telling the community that we're going to see more sell on it. It showed until the last 4 hour candlestick, the last 12 hours of the market for Friday, it started buying to take out all the momentum of this bearish candle. And of course, it keeps selling. This is the level I want to buy from. So this has done its own job. We bought from here, we made some good profit, and also we analyzed and waited for the price to get in here before we start selling. It's just a little bit to get into that range, but unfortunately for itself, we made some profit off it. And what you can see here is to see more bearish momentum. I'll still be expecting more bearish momentum. All right, if the price gets here, it should be a good spot for me to start buying in the future. Can you see that? So I'm taking out this so I don't have many things on my chart. Can you see that? So expecting the price to do this is my anticipation. All right, let's go quickly. Gravity pounds AUD. I talked about this rate before. I thought about this rate. This was the rate. I talked about it, wiping through it and closing below it, and you should start selling. And so far, look at what the price has done. It moved into that range and it continued to sell. So far, so well. It's selling well. But where exactly are we looking at for opportunity to buy from in the future? Well, I can look at the price and I can look at this place. I can wait for the price to get in here. All right, something like this. So this is also very possible. And let's see what we have next on this BTC US dollar. No, I'm not interested. On gold, let's check gold on weekly time frame. I'm trying to work with the time. All right, weekly, look at what the price has done so far so well. It's been well for me. I will be looking for a buy on gold most of the times. And last week was a very bearish bullish momentum. It broke through the previous high level that we had there, which was the target I had on 4 hours for last week outlook. If you have not seen it, please check the channel and look for the last week. You will see the date which was written there, and then of course it was 25th. Okay, look for 25th, and from there look at what we had in the market. A very fantastic bullish momentum to break through that structure, and the whole of last week gave us about how many pips in total? Over 780 pips in total. And this is on weekly time frame perspective. What are we expecting for this week? Well, it looks bullish. I will still be expecting for overall bullish momentum. And let's see that on the daily time frame. Is the energy the same? So far so well. We have the price at a demand or at a supply zone at some point, and since then we've been having series of visitation to that zone, so far so well. Markets move, pull back, and move back into it, pull back and move back into it, and all the time it has been moving back and forth into it. It's been creating higher low with it. So far so well. Can you see that? Higher low with it, and currently what we have in the market. Let me just show you the 4 hour time frame perspective, how it looks like for last week. It was a very fantastic one. All right, last week I expected the price to do what? To sell into this range for this because of the previous Friday bullish candle. If the market gets here, we want to see a buy. That was all. And look at it, the market actually moved there like this before he started buying. And where was the target? This was the target right here, this old low on the 4 hour time frame perspective, and look at how the target was smashed right here. Can you see the target being smashed? Okay, so that was that. On that, I'm going to take out this level. Oh, no, 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 I'm not. We take out this zone. We take out, that's all. I will take out this. I will take out this. They are done with their work. So on daily time frame perspective, back to this week. Oh, that one is a past glory. Now, what we have here is a massive bearish momentum, a bullish momentum, okay, and it's in that same range. Do we expect it to keep buying till it visit all-time high, or we expect a bit of bearish momentum before it pick up opportunity again for buy? Well, I'll be looking for more of a bearish momentum after this long bullish momentum. How does that happen? How will that happen? On 4 time frame perspective, we can have something like this. Can you see? We can have something very honest. So every time the price actually move with annoyance or with aggression to break above a previous high structure, that means it's intentional, it's a plan. And what exactly does this plan stand for? It means we grab liquidity and we move the opposite direction most of the time. So what does this mean? It means after we see this momentum in the market, as a 4 hour candlestick closing like this, almost just at a level we're expecting a sale, that is the supply zone, and finish the week like this. In fact, there may be a gap down for this week, whereby we can have the price jumping down and do a little bit of this momentum, convert that level, convert the structure, and creating something like this. This is very possible. Market just closing below here or opening below here. If the market opens below here, it means now we have a bearish fair value gap zone above it, and if that happens, that means we expect the price to move into it and start. And all of this momentum in trendline liquidity that has built up all of this time, what do you think will happen? The price will create a structure, which creates a momentum to beat all of that, just for one purpose, to move into this range right here. This is a very good spot for a buy in the future. All right, that is one. This is also very possible that we can have the momentum dropping massively to a downside, like here. It is also very possible, in fact, to this level. But ideally, what I just expected in the market, I love to work with what the market has in structure, in stock for us. Okay, so following the structure, this is what I'm seeing. The price can actually just move more of bearish momentum like this, and if you calculate all of that, it's about 1,000 pips and more. Okay, on the that's it. On 1 hour time frame perspective, let's see what we have. On 1 hour, yes, it's the same. It's the same. I don't want to keep this for too long. It's the same. So basically, I will be working with this on the 4 hour time frame perspective. I'll work with this same zone on the 4 hour time frame perspective. I think this align, this coincide with what I have on the 4 hour time frame, even on 1 hour. Okay, so from here, I'll be looking for a buy momentum on this particular one. We've talked about so many things today. I broke down this even to the 1 hour time frame perspective for most of this outlook and concept. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is where I'll be stopping for this week. I wish you all the best. Trade with proper risk management. Like, share, and subscribe. And at the end of the week, I hope you're profitable. I believe I'm going to be profitable. Wish you all the best, and God bless you. Bye for now.